What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, we've got some Polysseum footage. I know, it's not beta footage. I felt like doing some competitive Polytopia, and I made it to Grand Finals. So we're against Cabanos. It's on Small Lakes this week. So, yeah, it's gonna get a little hectic. You guys know I like Zabasi for certain reasons. Those don't really apply on Small Lakes, because it's kind of too small of a map to rush Philo. But let's get right into things. So, just exploring. I go here because I know that there's just probably going to be a village there. There's literally nothing here or here. So it's like, there's something along here. There's definitely something over here. Yeah. Exploration, guys. Do it well and do it right. There's another village. Looking really nice. I just get riding pre-cap. Really safe option here. Riding, at least with this spawn, is just a reliable option. I know there's going to be a lot of land based on what I can see. Want to snag that lighthouse, go nice and economic. And I can expand nice and fast. If I meet the opponent early, I'm ready. I'm just kind of set up for everything, essentially. Can explore. It's not funneled, but I don't need it to be. I just need to get information of the map. So wherever it goes, I'm fine. I get the lighthouse, which is pretty nice. And I see they're probably going fishing and stuff, going for naval dominance. So this spawn just looks amazing for me, being honest. And so I'm going to try and snag this village first, because if I can take this, they're not going to get it. So I'm prioritizing that over the other one. They take me off of it though, but I'm ready for this. Road plays. How about that? Now I snag it with the warrior. They need another scout, which I don't think they're ready for. And sure enough, they aren't. They're on this side of the map though. They just landed a warrior again. Heading to the fishing. I get a free spirit ruin and a resource ruin though. Free spirit's not going to do much, but the resource ruin is. And again, stepping on this village, exploring this side of the map, capturing some villages, and then I get a workshop back here. I can get an explorer, I will, but I don't need it right now. I'm not going to use info till later, so I'll get the explorer later. Go for another fancy schmancy on siege. And so far, things aren't too exciting, but things are going to get heated in this game. You'll see in a bit. So, am I in a bit? I mean, things are about to get a little crazy. Yeah, that's right. Not one juggernaut. Right there. There's a second one. What the heck? Okay. And it's not like you just got these. These are in the water already. So we got these last turn at the soonest. So I can see he's only on 3 villages. He's taking this one, so I'm up in cities, but I have to hold on to this. Otherwise he gets a massive foothold, and because he's economically ahead, that's going to snowball like crazy. It's going to be super hard to defend and come back from. I don't have a single giant yet, and somehow I need to prepare for 2 giants. But you know what? I'm ready. Let's go to town. Develop economy, because I'm going to need a lot of stars to pull off these unsieges. So I level up right in front of them with the Park of Fortune. Like, the unsiege is going to happen. And I get this animal to play around the giant moving here, and then them just moving the Juggernaut in, which seems like a logical play. Unfortunately, I missed the equally obvious moving onto the farm, which now completely ruins my plans because I wanted to place Grand Bazaar, which I should have. Yeah, I just placed Park of Fortune, so I will have Grand Bazaar for that. But I also need that farm. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle. What can I possibly do here? I got a star ruin, of course, but I didn't actually need it because I also get this lighthouse, and this was my actual plan, my backup plan, so to speak, for unsieging. So I slammed down my Grand Bazaar there. I want to save this fruit in case I need it for another unsiege, which, spoiler alert, I will need to unsiege again. But I still have another monument after this Grand Bazaar. I still have Eye of God, so I'm ready for the next siege. I'm expecting it to happen. They've got 2 giants, and I'm just hoping I can get this giant in time. I've got to stall like crazy. I need more units. And oh my goodness, they just siege right away. What the heck? How am I supposed to deal with this? Not only that, I can't spoof at all. I can't cover this tile. There's a mountain in the way. Oh no. But more importantly, I got unsiege. Well, I gotta kill this giant because it's standing on this farm. That's also gonna help me, you know, get rid of the giant after I unsiege. Oh, it's a little stressful though. We get it though. We get it. But if they siege me one more time, we're gonna have some problems because I might not be ready. This giant still needs some time to arrive. So there's another one. There is another juggernaut. All right. All right. There's some skirmishes on in the east. Surely those won't be relevant. Oh, they get a giant there too. Fun stuff. And they're likely getting this ruin as well. This just looks like it's too hard to fight over. Or is it? Let's focus here for a moment. Boom! Planned veteran, let's go. This way you better sign, guys. This it seems like such a small detail, but it matters. I steal the ruin from them that they probably would have gotten otherwise. How about that? And that ruin might matter. I'm ready for them to siege. Bring it on. It's gonna happen. I just need to be ready to unsiege. And so they waltz right in. They damage my giant some more. Land some units. This is their last hurrah. They take this. They're in an amazing spot. They just stole a level 6 city from me that I just dumped all my resources and monuments into. And they're just going to get crazy momentum. They're going to be on 5 cities to my 6. I'm up a city, but their ego is going to be crazy. They've got naval dominance. I can't let them have this, not even for a turn. And so what happens? Well, first off, I get a construction rune. You can probably see how things are going to go. But I will just say, without the construction rune, I'm pretty sure, I didn't actually do the math, but I'm pretty sure it was doable. Obviously, construction is way too expensive to ever be worth considering, but I do have free spirit. And what do I need to unsiege? Well, I've got a gate of power, so that's 3 population. I just need 3 more. Well, I can get 3 lumber huts. Okay. Yeah, that's just my plan. That just works. But also, I can do a little something even more magical. I would need an additional couple stars for that, but I can disband this giant, mayhaps, to do that. Or chop some forests to make the play. Little showcase of what's about to happen, though. So I did not need the construction rune for this, for the record, but it did kind of help. Because I saved my monument, too, in case they somehow siege me again. Or siege anywhere else. And oh my goodness, level 7 city, 3 giant pushes with the last one being a Justeeni, baby. All right, and the games just get crazy from here. So I'll go ahead and cut to the next one. All right, this time not hosting. My spawn looks pretty nice though. I've got a lighthouse spawn. Let's see what I do here. So I see this village. Whoa, that village is looking, oh my goodness. I mean, have I won already? I'm like, this position's so good. That's right. He thought small lakes is too small, too risky for the filler rush. Nah, we filler rush. We filler rush. How about that? How about that? I'm placing the farm here. This is actually important. I've already planned out my market spots. Yes, it's that early, but you have to be on point if you want to fill a rush on a map this small. This is really stupid. Do not do this, guys. But yeah, so I'm going to farm here, farm here, farm here with construction. Chop all of these. It's cheaper to get forestry and chop them. Then I've got windmill, windmill, market, market. It's 2 level 7 markets, basically. I did the math for you guys. See a village there. Oh no, I meet the opponent though. How much time do I have? Ugh. Well, that sucks. We're still looking really good though. I mean, we're just gonna slam down an early giant. We don't even need to get a single border growth for our market spots. Well, actually, no, we need one in our capital, but it's fine. But like, well, this position's phenomenal. Surely you don't choke this, Justeeni. And no, of course I'm not gonna choke it. Let's get the border growth. I can finally attack the opponent, so I do. And we're kind of chilling. Everything's just looking amazing. And I'm even sending my rider this way. I'm pushing it this way. The giant, just making use of everything I've got. Work of Fortune here. I just want to get some vision, and I want it right now. I don't need the monument anywhere else. I see they got a workshop there. And they have a giant. That's awfully close to my... Hold on, do I have a way of unsieging that? So I can connect, and then Hold on. Can I deal with that? That's gonna land next turn. Can I deal with that? I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get a Mindbender. Now you guys might see the idea with this one. So they send it in. They don't siege this turn because there would have been a possible Justeeni. They didn't have the vision to know, so they play it safe. And so now I go here. They do have vision here. Remember, they moved a warrior here earlier. They know that there's a Mindbender here. But the Mindbender's not there, is it? I also get this farm right now in case they send a warrior here. This was a mistake. And also, so was this. The idea, quite simple really. Basically, they go in with the Juggernaut. Okay, but then the giant gets pushed, so it would go the opposite way, which, if we do the math, it's one of these spots. So not where the Mindbender's at though, right? But I can manipulate that push direction just a little bit. I've got 2 warriors here and a giant. Send these warriors here. Now the giant's forced to push into my Mindbender. I Mindbend it, I win the game. Everyone celebrates, applauds, whatever. Everyone subscribes to my channel and whatever, which please do that by the way. And yeah, sunshine and rainbows. But what I should have done, because I should have been able to realistically, like, I had this idea planned when I made the Mindbender. But when I made the Mindbender, I put it on the wrong place. I should have made it on my capital. The reason why is because I need it right here. Now it's a lot more precise to pull off that push that I mentioned earlier because you have to push it to this tile and this tile only. But with the Mindbender on this spot where the altar of peace is right now, it's the only spot that's actually safe enough so then it doesn't get killed. Which, yeah, unfortunately I suck at the game, so this happens. I'm able to unsiege though, and I get another Mindbender ready just in case. If I can just pull it off, I get a rider just ready to manipulate the push directions. We still got this, right? Oh no, they just re-sieged immediately. Wait. Well, I can still unsiege this, right? And here's the thing. I can unsiege. But they just took out they just took out a full giant the turn after I push. Immediately after pushing, they take it out. And I can push another. I can get a road, hunt, chop, and then make a windmill here. I already have construction. I can do that. That is only 10 stars. But instead, I decide against it. And the reason why is pretty simple. I spend 10 stars, and I basically delay capture for 1 turn. Because let's be real, after they push, the whole thing's just going to happen again. This is the wrong tool. There we go. So yeah, they push. They just do the same thing again. They've got all these scouts in the water and the bomber. Like, I'm going to just spend 10 stars to delay them 1 turn. I can spend those 10 stars in a much better way. Well, I guess it's technically 9 if I chop, but still, I can spend those stars in a much better way. So I'm gonna. Okay, Justeeni from the future here. I cannot believe I missed this while I was going over the game. I just noticed this while I was going over the video. So I can push for 9 stars, right? I get the animal, I chop, so that's effectively 1 star. I connect with the road, so that's 4. Then I go for the windmill. So that's 9 stars. It pushes a giant. It's 4 population, yeah? But here's the thing. Look at where they sieged from. This way, right? So pushes happen in the opposite direction. Their giant is going to push that way. I have a Mindbender here, and this capital just got a population from the road connection. I have 9 stars left. 7, 5, chop this, get a windmill there. I have 1 star left over. push the Mindbender, convert it. Oh my goodness. It would have saved the game. This is the thing that I always say about Fiddle Rush. It is such a high skill cap that it's so easy to just miss things, especially in live games. If this was a 24-hour game, I probably would have won because I wouldn't have missed this. But I cannot believe that this play was just there. Um, that would have been so good for the content. It would have been actually the best play of my career. But anyway, back to the video. What am I gonna get? Well, the markets that I planned earlier, of course, because I still don't have those. So here we go. Getting that ready. Getting some giants going. Now, you guys might be saying, Justeeni, this is dead lost. And I say, hear me out. Okay, well, maybe this is kind of bad. They've got a giant, they've got a bomber shooting my capital, and they've got more giants than I do. But it's not that bad. I mean, 2 markets. Look at that. 32 star per turn with 3 cities. How about that? We're fine. They can't even take the city. I can get a giant off of this. I can even border growth, get multiple giants off of it. I can even get a market here. Have my eco go through the roof. Oh. Oh no. So, unfortunately here, I'm making a common mistake, which is assuming the opponent doesn't know how to win games, and I just keep playing on at this point. Unfortunately, this is completely not winnable. So, yeah, sorry for wasting your time, Cabanas. But I'll go ahead and cut to the next match, where if you thought things got a little crazy here, a little hectic, a little wild, stick around, things get even crazier. All right, I'll cut to that match. All right, and oh my goodness, what a spawn. You guys might be thinking, how does it get crazier than Fiddle Rush on small lakes in a competitive tournament? You didn't even have host advantage, Justeeni. Could possibly be crazier than that. It looks like you're playing just fine, you know? Doing normal things, hunting pre-cap, getting the early giant. This all makes sense. What's the big issue here? What's so crazy about this game, you guys might be thinking? Because you guys are skeptical like that. You guys think I would lie to you for some reason. I get climbing here. Lighthouse, there's mountains here. It actually cheapens my giant a little bit. You know, 1 less farm needed, so why not? And I find a ruin. They knock me off. That's not too surprising. Not a big deal. I'm going to send a giant at them anyway. You know, we're going to do our thing. Work of Fortune here. Quick development, quick development. Turn 6 giants, really nice. Fishing. So yeah, I'm doing this, which looks a little weird. Why not just go straight for here? The reason why is because I know that they're expecting it. There's a few things they can do in response to this. They can set up a defense with like archers, their own giant or whatever. Or just leave the city at level 1. And then, yeah, cool, I get a level 1 city for sending my giant all the way here. But I decide I'm going to put it in a port. You know, send it a different direction, so then they're unprepared. Because if they're expecting the giant here, they're probably not expecting it here. This already developed city. And there's their capital, hold on. Yeah, fishing's definitely the move here. Look at this lake, I can get naval dominance with this giant too, even if I can't siege them. This is such a safe and reliable option here. Nothing can go wrong. Again, explore. I got a pop room. Wow, how about that? That's pretty good here. Then I just workshop because I already know where they are and where I need vision. I don't need more vision here. And I send it here. Not towards here. Oh my goodness, I keep selecting that thing. Not towards here, but back towards here because they were getting ready to defend here. And they just upgraded the city. Yes, they got an explorer, but they just invested, starts upgrading it nonetheless. Let's go here now. And yeah, everything's normal so far, you know, this is just average Polytopia gameplay. Like, I got a pretty good spawn, but... What? That's right. The opponent also rushed Philo. And more unusual than that, if we remember earlier in the game, they knocked me off of a village. they didn't commit to Philo early. Otherwise, they wouldn't have attacked and lost their altar of peace. That means they got that from a ruin, probably, like meditation, and then they decided it was the right call to go for Philo in this situation. So now, to their credit, it's absolutely a great idea to go Philo here because I have two giants here and neither of them can connect. And yes, why don't I send this giant here and then this giant here? Well, they can defend both. They'll have enough time. You know, I'm just going to keep both in one area. I don't want my giant to accidentally get stuck in a Mindbender trap. These giants can maneuver back if they need to. No nonsense, you know. And then I get trade from Maroon, which seems nice, but like, where's my market spots? I need to deal with something right now. There's another giant. I can't break through though, and they're just gonna set up a defense, and that's gonna be it. Except Chivalry. Oh, they actually got a workshop here. Huh, interesting. They got a workshop there. Surely. And here's the thing with the knight. The point of getting knights is never to hope that you gimmick the opponent, like what I'm about to do. The point of knights is to make them play around the chain. And I wanted them to move their Mindbender away, so the knight gets siege. Now, of course, they don't move their Mindbender away. Now I siege the capital and destroy everything that they love. And yeah, if there's any lesson here, it's don't rush Philo on tiny, or this isn't tiny, small lakes, no matter how tempting it may be, unless you're doing it for the content, of course. So big shout out to the opponent for doing it for the content. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.